Hello, I'm Lucy, and I write the blog Paper Glitter Glue, where I show you how to make all these really cool things, usually out of paper or cardboard. Today I'm going to show you how to make a miniature haunted clock with a clock insert that actually really works. So this is one of the clock inserts, and you can get all different styles. I got mine off of Amazon, but you can find some little clock sites. I did not find any at a hobby store though, so I did have to order them online, and they really work. So it's really cool. I think you may be able to see the second hand on this one going. So I thought that was really fun to have a paper craft with. I thought it was really fun to make a paper craft with a clock that really worked. So this is the miniature haunted clock, and there are two different versions. There's a very quick and easy clock that doesn't have a cutout in the front, and this one does. So you can kind of have it sort of functions as a little pendulum. I used a Halloween charm. This is a spider. It's a little bit hard to see. I found another Halloween charm, and it's owl. So that's just another option. You can find all sorts of Halloween charms or you know, whatever you want to hang down from your clock if you want to make that version. Alrighty, let me show you the pieces. It's really pretty simple. This is the plain version with no cutout in the front, and this is the version with the cutout. So the only additional piece, the pattern already has the cutout, and the pattern is available for free on my blog, and it's available in two formats, a PDF and an SVG format. So if you cut things by hand, there's a printable format, but if you use a machine, there's a SVG cut file that you can use. And then there are 4 pieces for the base. So the base consists of 4 pieces, each one smaller than the other, and that I just thought it was kind of an interesting silhouette, so that's why I made it that way. You do need the base because it's kind of top heavy. The clock is heavy in the front, so it'll tend to tip over. So that's one important thing about the base. And the other important thing is to line up the back and the base so that it's flat. So if you put this in a little dollhouse or something, it can also go against the wall. And that's one reason I made it relatively thin, so it can fit somewhere and it doesn't occupy a ton of space. So really the important side is the front, but it doesn't have a lot of depth, just to make it easier to fit somewhere. Alrighty, so those are the pieces. So really all you do is fold along the score lines and glue them together. So the first tab you'll glue together is this side tab, and it goes in here. And when I'm letting it dry, I use my trusty painter's tape. Oh, and if you're going to make the insert, use the clock with the front cutout, glue this little support strip in place first. It comes like this. Glue it together, apply glue, and put it in place on the back of the clock. It's got a hole at the top. I think you can see the hole at the top, and that's where you put your charm. And you can use a jump ring to hold it in place. Wait, let me see if I could get it. Or I think the easiest thing to do is when you have it at the length you want, just apply some hot glue to hold it in place, and then cut off any extra chain. And so that way it should hang at the proper height. So first you glue the side together. I'm just going to tape it because I tend to get glue everywhere. So for my demonstration, I'm just going to tape it. So then the next thing you need to do are glue these angled sides down. So, because this is, the shape is based on a coffin. So fold these tabs behind. And this tab as well. That provides support for the side, the angled side pieces. And then apply glue on these tabs. And again, painter's tape is very useful. So you're applying glue to these side tabs, and then once they're there, then just take off a piece of painter's tape that's large enough. And glue it down, and then for the last piece, you glue the top down, like on this one. I just did this a minute ago, but anyway, glue the top down, and again, to hold it well, to make sure it adheres well, I use painter's tape again. It's pretty important to make sure you lay this flat. This is the front side. Where the seam is the back side. So this is the front. You really want these to line up straight so that they'll make a nice flat surface. See, that worked pretty well. I think you can see it on these. Those are glued down pretty well. Okay, so next I want to show you a little bit about inserting the clock. So like I said, these are called clock inserts. That's literally what you look for. These are the smallest clock inserts that I could find, and they are 1 7/16. And in the instructions on how to install them, it tells you how big a hole to cut out so they can fit. Most of these clock inserts are designed to go into a little wooden clock. So I was really tickled that it works so well with cardboard. Because I work with cardboard and I'm not really a woodworker. So there are some tricks to it. This one I've already used before, or kind of experimented with it. So I've taken the little tab out, but there's a little tab, little white tab, maybe hard to see. Little white tab under what they call the setting crown, I think. It's a little round knob that you use to set the time with. So anyway, you pull out this little plastic piece. Let me put it on something dark so you can see it. See, it's sort of that little tab. So before you insert it, be sure to pull out that little tab and then set the clock to the proper time. Push the little knob in, and it's working. And then the important thing is before you install it, be sure you install it with the 12 o'clock hour at the top. I've messed up on that a couple times. And there's these little ridges that just kind of let you pop through the cardboard. So I line it up. I try to support the cardboard from the back, and it snaps in place. And there's the hole in the back lets you, you can take it out sometime if you need to change the battery. And you know, it does come out pretty easy. And then you can put it back. So I was really pleased with how easy it was to install. So these are 1 7/16 clock inserts, and I've got a link in my website on the miniature haunted clock tutorial. And I just wanted to show you. Oh, I've also I talked about painting, mostly to paint to mimic wood. I use layers of color. I start with a light brown or a yellow, and then I use a slightly darker brown, and then I finish with a much darker brown. But for this one, I wanted to see, I use coffee stirrer sticks that I painted. They're very flexible, and I actually cut them out with my Cricut, only my Cricut maker didn't really like it. So I think it's actually probably easier just to cut them with scissors. And if you don't want to purchase a clock insert, I drew a little pattern. It's a 13-hour clock, and you can glue it on the back of the circle. And I added an extra piece if you like. And it only works with the paper. It won't work with the real clock. So you can paint it and kind of frame the clock a little bit. So that's another option. And I think it, you know, the little coffee stirrer clock, it's going to look okay. It was just a pain. These pieces were so tiny, all these little pieces. It was just kind of a pain. But anyway, I think it's going to look good as a miniature haunted clock or a little coffin clock. It's shaped, you know, it's shaped in the, designed in the shape of a coffin. So that is the little coffin clock, the miniature haunted clock, and I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe we'll consider, you know, making it. Alrighty. Again, this is Lucy, and my website is paperglitterglue.com. Y'all have a good day. Bye.